Hello everyone, we've decided to make the mistake of streaming again. So, welcome to the 5th in an unending series of gaming hell streams. Hold on, I got it. Okay, can everyone hear me? I'm speaking into the microphone. Excellent. Okay, so, as you can see from the title, this is Neo Geo Station Metal Slug 2. So, around 2010, 2011, and I think into... from 2010 to 2011, hi Lorigami, M2 and SNK released 16 Neo Geo ports for the PS3, PSP, and subsequently compatible with PS Vita, which were high quality ports of 16 Neo Geo games called Neo Geo Station. Unfortunately, you can't buy them anymore because they were all delisted, which is a big shame because they never really got to cover some games people probably would have liked. They only covered like the first installment of Fatal Fury, the first Samurai Showdown, the first World Heroes, whereas the sequels are generally considered better. They did get three King of Fighters games out of it, so that's something. But on PS3, just on PS3, they also had online, so you could play actual matches with people on the original World Heroes if you so desired. There are some shortcomings to these ports, as we're going to see, but this PS3 version of Metal Slug 2 is a bit special. What we're going to do is we're going to play through the game normally, hopefully get to the end, we'll get to that, and then we're going to mess with one of the settings exclusive to the PS3 version. But first, we'd better find out what this Metal Slug 2 is all about. You know, I think it'd be a good idea. You are free to have your own 2 versus X discussions. Oh, we're not even 5 minutes in. Okay, so, Metal Slug games have a story. No, really, they do. So the story here is, 2 years have passed since peace and tranquility restored to the world after the last coup d'etat. Marco and Tama, the 2 heroes, have earned a brief respite from battle. Then one day, the intelligence agency intercepts a transmission concerning a full-scale coup. The 2 protagonists immediately suspected is that dastardly General Donald Devil Rebirth Morden, that is his full name, that is behind this terrible project. Could it be, after the recent coup attempt, General Morden's up to his old tricks again? Yes, thank you for typing out the, Oh, hi Palazzo. Yes, thanks for typing out the full name, it's very important. After a brief period of only 2 years, how could have his minions regrouped with such great military force? A new mission begins with Marco and Tama, who are now joined by 2 new recruits, Eri and Theo. Note, in this software, the vehicle that appears in the stage is called Slug. The manual writes the following as Slug. These ports weren't translated very well, so there's some kind of weird bits like that. So here are our 4 heroes. Marco Rossi, Tama Roving, Eri Kasamoto, and Theo Gurmi. There's lots of interesting lore there. I like that Tama's dream is to own his own bike shop. That's cute. Okay, right. So like I said, this PS3 version has a special setting, which we're going to see later. But beforehand, okay, I've done my controls, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I did. Screen's fine. Here we go, etc. We want the region to be Japanese. You can pick between Japanese and English. The only real difference is, I think English gives you some extra, languages to play the game in, and Japanese has red blood. Oh, hi Straw Bros. Thanks for coming by. We're going to be playing Metal Slug 2. But here's the big one. if you know anything about Metal Slug 2, it's that the game has too much slowdown. Well, rather, it's got more slowdown than was originally intended. Yes, beat you to it. Yeah, it does. So, this version, this isn't in the PSP version, and it's not in any other version. This has a toggle to switch the slowdown off. Now, I was thinking of the best way to demonstrate this. So, I think what we'll do is we'll play through the game with the slowdown on first, and then we'll demonstrate it with it off, because I can play through this like 2-3 times in a night. Sure, why not? So yeah, this is an M2 port, so it's pretty great, but this isn't the MVS version of the game. This is the AES version, the home system version, which means a couple of differences. Oh, look at that crunchy ass slowdown. That's beautiful.
Metal Slug 2.
So you might notice the little credits 5 at the bottom. So yeah, this is based on the home cartridge version, which means we have 4 continues to get to the end of this game. We're going to set the difficulty to MVS because that's what I'm used to. Players at 3, that's default. Oh, okay, you do get Portuguese and Spanish in the Japanese ROM. Interesting. We'll set it to English. The only thing that really changes is the how to play screen. I don't need to know. I know how to play Metal Slug. I hope you do as well. And what else? Yes, the hostage list at the end of each stage. Now, Theo is best girl, but we want to keep. Actually, no, screw it. We're playing as Theo. My original plan was to do the slowdown version first, but then I figured, you know what, we'll do it the other way around. So we'll play as Eri next time. So this is how the game is supposed to run. There is a technical explanation for this that I'll link to once we've beaten the game for the first time. We just gotta wait here. We stole that guy's briefcase. Now he's mad about it, but he blames the wrong person. That's the kind of justice there is in this world. That guy does have a name in canon. I believe it's Parker. And his sprites were reused for the final boss in Metal Slug 4. Yeah, I find the AES versions are mysterious to me because I've never seen them before. Anyway, here's Baby. He's just gonna do his thing. We'll just help him along his way. Don't worry, it's a tough baby. You do your best, kid. Now there's a secret hostage up here. That's Hyakutaro. He's gonna help us out, but we are gonna ditch him, I'm afraid to say. So don't get too attached. Yeah, you can fling the baby. As I said, it's a very tough baby. You cannot kill it, so don't worry. So the doors blow open. Okay, now we don't want Hyakutaro around actually, because he kills the boss a little too quickly, and we can get some points out of that boss. So what you want to do is you want to leave that cart of pots, and he'll just happily try and blow it up, and you scroll him off screen. That said, playing both Metal Slug 1 and 2 for points is not recommended because there's a lot of randomness. That jewel we picked up for 30,000 points, it can either be a jewel that's worth just 100 points or an apple that's just worth 100 points. There's a way more randomization in how much certain items are worth, which makes it kind of difficult to play for score. You'd just be doing a lot of restarting. I promise you, I'm doing my best to keep up with chat. It's difficult. Now, I'm a little biased with Metal Slug 2. It was the first Metal Slug that I played, and I have a policy of not letting nostalgia cloud, my opinions on things. Metal Slug 2 is a bit of a case, though, because it's the first one that I played, and it got me into SNK games in general. Not that I hadn't played them before, but, it is a special game in my heart. But I think the slowdown... I think the slowdown is manageable. And it does feel weird without it. I will never indulge in nostalgia on my stream, my god. Now, what I did actually mess up there. You can blow up the rotor on the right side for 50,000 points. Well, okay. We'll talk about the arcade I first saw Metal Slug 2 in. It was an arcade in Spain in the year 2000. It was an arcade that hadn't seen many new games, so there was stuff like The Punisher, Spin Master, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Pang, that sort of thing. And they had the most modern game they had was Metal Slug 2. And it made an impression because I'd never heard of Metal Slug before. I was like, what is this game? Why does it look so good? What's a Neo Geo? All mysterious. So that led me to find out what an emulator was for a Neo Geo, led me to play all the Metal Slug games, and so on and so forth. I think... Ooh, no, the bosses do have flash. That might just be me fucking up the stream somehow. PS3 streaming is difficult because you have to do a whole bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, those prisoners, they're easier. Well, they're actually easier to get in this. In X, you have to throw a grenade to get them because you don't get the shotgun at the start, and it's very easy to. Oh, I missed that guy. It's very easy to accidentally blow up the bomb and just move on to the next section. Anyway, now there are mummies. I much prefer this section in Metal Slug 2 to X, because in X you've got the mummy dogs and I hate fighting them. It's just not fun. Don't like it. Anyway, if we get touched by these mummies, we turn into a mummy, and we'd rather that didn't happen. Yes, the anthology version kind of broke my heart because it's not the greatest set of ports in the world. Although the worst way to play Metal Slug by far is the PS4 version of the PS2 anthology, because it's got input lag and the European version runs at 50 Hz. It sucks. Yeah, why would you want classic controller support? Just waggle the Wiimote to throw the grenade. I believe I think it's the PSP version of Anthology that also has a bootleg ROM of Metal Slug 5 by mistake, which is really funny. Anyway, so it is in the year 2000 I discovered Metal Slug, and so I have a big old soft spot for this one. I know the slowdown is a big issue, but I like it. Ain't I a stinker? And now we meet our second special hostage, Rumi Aikawa, the ghost of the battlefield. Accidentally shipped to the battlefield in error, she carries back items for you, and you can shoot her bag open and grab them for points. And here's an ex-explorer. That will actually kill you, so you don't want to do that. Oh yes, I've heard the Orochi collection is pretty bad on PS2. There are a lot of weird SNK ports on PS2. I think that Samurai Showdown anthology was done by the same company, maybe? Anyway, if you let this explorer die, he sometimes drops a jewel that's worth 30,000 points, which is nice. And if you run very quickly, you get 30,000 points from that treasure there. I've played a lot of Metal Slug and I will never ever shut up while playing it. I'm sorry. The X version of this stage adds a bunch of extra enemy types, but it also adds loads more secrets to shoot. So we've mostly skipped over them. My favourite Ignition Entertainment thing is one of the trailers for, I think, Metal Slug Anthology has a Neo Rage X screenshot indicator in it, which is really funny. Yes, I believe Terminal Reality did the Orochi collection. Now, here's a secret some of you may not have ever seen. You can just jump across here. Sometimes the treasure chest has a golden bat, which is worth more points. And now we're gonna. You gotta make the noise, otherwise you don't make it across. 1, 2, 3. And here's a genie. Here we get to see it again. That's where like a lot of your points come from. And this is the worst jump in the game. Okay, there we go. The only reason I ever discovered that was the PlayStation 1 port of X has a sprite collage with loads of sprites from 2, X, and 3. And I noticed that genie was there, and I was like, is he actually in the game? And I eventually found him. Now there is one secret that this one, that 2 has, that's also present in X. You can shoot this eye in the back here. More jewels. And if you're lucky, one of them is worth 30,000 points. Yes, that genie laugh is Morden's laugh in later Metal Slug games, including this one actually. So, here's our second vehicle type, the Slugnoid. And now the tower itself has become our enemy. Sadly, this is the only stage the Slugnoid appears in this game. They use it in one extra stage in X, which I do appreciate. It's well suited to the stage it shows up in. Anyway, you can't let this guy eat you, otherwise you die, obviously. He might even get to use his massive laser attack if he, puts up a fight, which he's not going to.
Rocket launcher.
Oh dear. Oh, I think I've heard about that glitch. I wouldn't know how to do it myself though. Also, yes, you spotted the cat, very good. The one stock sound effect that drives me nuts in Metal Slug games is the zombie bath from 3. It's it's been sampled so many places. Like, it's a very common sound effect. Speaking of reused, the song for this stage, Living on the Deck, is actually from a previous Iron game. Hiyamuta, the musician, the composer for this game, reused it from a game called Air Duel. I think it's like the stage 2 or stage 3 thing. Anyway, this is... I like this stage because it's very flat, but there's a lot going on in it. And also, it pretty much gives you the machine gun almost the entire way through, so you always have ammo. It also harkens back to the first game, more military based. But we'll get back to the fantastical elements a little later. If nothing else, this stage teaches you to use your bombs cleverly, because you can often grab enemies, catch enemies unaware, or get it over obstacles. We'll be seeing that later for sure. Our next objective is to free the piggies. Fortunately, once you destroy those little boats, the missile will blow up as well, which can be very useful. Now there is a secret here not in X, because if you shoot the smokestack, there's some hostages hiding here. You also get 50,000 points if you make that jump at the last possible second. Otherwise, a big 0 appears on screen. I like to make sure I get rid of at least one of them to give you more breathing room. Do your best, little bomb. I'm gonna follow it all the way. See, this is where bombs can come in really handy. You just wanna whoop. And of course, some of the other snipers take cover. You can also use the spray fire of the heavy machine gun to get them if you want. But you really want to watch out for those guys who hop over the stacks, because if they get close, they will smack you with their rifle and kill you instantly, which is not pleasant. Not recommended. And now we just jump in. Hey, there we go. The Slug Flyer has a secret feature in 2-player mode. A second player can jump on top of the plane. It's probably kind of dangerous for the second player because, you know, they'll die in one hit, but, you know, it's there. It's a bit more useful in X because you can, there's a second tank, and the other player can just jump on top of the Slug Flyer with the tank. Yeah, I really like this palette. I definitely prefer it to the X one. It's really moody. I really like it. Oh no, there's a tank there, okay. Yes, this isn't the normal boss thing, this is Assault, which appears in almost every Metal Slug game. I think it stopped appearing from 4 onwards, it's not in 5. But it was used commonly enough to get a remix in Smash, so that's something. No, it does slow down a lot in 2-player, but I wouldn't say it's noticeably worse. It just slows down a lot anyway. Now, if you want a game that is almost unplayable in 2-player mode, that would be Taito's Dead Connection, because it just slows down constantly. You know what, I'm gonna get hit, because our buddy Rumi there dropped some gas for us. Now, you can't hide under here forever, unfortunately, because eventually it'll drop its legs. Obviously, if you're under there when it does that, you die. You can just barely fit between those bullets, but it's a little tricky. Okay, right, that's fine. Fortunately, I've got plenty of bombs, so we should be able to finish this off. There's an extra hostage if you wanted one. Have you got anything for us? Yes, he has. Hey, there we go. Now, do take note of how much the poor Neo Geo is struggling. As I said, there's a technical reason that we'll get into later. Yeah, this, no, this is not a score run. This is a survival run. It's different. Anyway, yeah, but take note of how much the Neo Geo's doing its best. And by the way, is the game volume all right? Can you hear the jams? I'm really bad at remembering to ask for audio balancing. It's my first day as a streamer. Be nice. No, it's not. Yes, in Metal Slug X they changed the announcer and they added your great. Game volume's good, thank you. That's also the version of the game that introduced the world to rocket launcher. Anyway, this is the first stage in the game and the series where you can get big. It is not accompanied by an animation or the announcer. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. And if I remember right, it only affects the rocket and the heavy machine gun. A shotgun can appear in 2-player mode in this stage, and it doesn't change it at all. It just stays the same. Of course, being large has its advantages and disadvantages. You're a bigger target and you're a lot slower, but your weapons are a lot more powerful. And of course, all of the animations change.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of the palettes in X.
Rocket launcher.
And there's even some details that are completely missing in X. There's one coming up in this stage, but there's also, in the first stage, the sands kind of shift in the background, and that's completely absent from X. Maybe because they changed it to a nighttime, but it's a shame that it's gone. I guess they figured they had to change something to make it worthwhile. But I also don't like a lot of the weapon drops in X. My feelings on X are complicated. You can also see that there's a difference with the standard pistol. It's... No. Okay, shoot. Those fireworks grunts are the worst. They are the most dangerous normal soldiers in any Metal Slug game. There's one part later on that I have to practice specifically to figure out how to deal with one of those guys. We'll see that later. We want to get rid of this guy so he doesn't run us over. Fortunately, that helicopter can't fire bombs above it, so we're relatively safe. Okay, so here's a detail that's missing. The plane taken off in the background is completely gone in X. I don't know why. It's just not there. I will check that message in a second, because this is... me and a friend watched Police Story recently, and we figured that this scene might be an homage to the shantytown sequence. It's easier to use bombs there. Just to... Aha! Now we have the armor piercer, one of the weapons added in 2. This changes your slugs, cannon shells to be to just go straight rather than dip, which is very handy for the boss coming up. Save that fellow. I think they put the missile helicopter at in the first stage instead. There's a lot of enemies that just get moved around like that, kind of arbitrarily. There's also multiple different explosion animations for this missile launcher. Like, there's one you don't normally see where it blows up and the missiles are still inside. Okay, so if any of you watch Lord BBH, he's been playing through all of the Neo Geo games in order recently, and one thing that some of the early Neo Geo games has is infinite continues, and he points to a couple of EGM reviews that say, you know, the games are too easy because you can just keep continuing. So he reckons there's two reasons for that. The first is, obviously, you know, you're paying a lot of money for a Neo Geo cartridge, so the consumer wants perceived value. So, you know, they don't want to just beat a game in half an hour. The other thing is, obviously, there was a memory card for the Neo Geo, and you know what would drive up sales for that? If you had to save to finish some of your games. And this game does indeed have support. Sorry, I spoke. These Neo Geo Station ports do have memory card support. Not many re-releases do. So in the Metal Slug games, this saves the furthest you've reached into the game, and when you load data, you can pick one of the most recent. Talking is difficult when you're fighting this boss. I know it looks easy, but it's not. Okay, let's try that again. This port has memory card support, so the most recent stage you've reached, you can continue from up to the final stage when you load data at the beginning of a game. I don't know if it saves your score though. I don't think I've ever seen a Neo Geo cab with a memory card slot, like in real life though. Now, okay, those first four stages easy. I can do that in my sleep. This is where it gets dicey. This is where the run dies. These next two stages are very difficult. And if you recognise this background, it's also used in Metal Slug 4. You may notice I say reused in Metal Slug 4 a lot. That is a game whose development I do not envy. Okay, who's going to blink first? Him or me? Evidently him. Yep, the soldiers just are kind of relentless in this stage. They will not give up. Ooh, just barely. Okay. Okay, we're still in there. So you have to approach this pretty slowly to make sure you get them before they can get you. And even better, you've now got helicopters to pilot. For the record, I'm not using... there is a built-in turbo function in this port. I'm not using it. I'm playing the proper way, I guess. We missed the weapon, but I'll take it. Metal Slug 7 exists. I guess. I've played through it a couple of times. I don't feel particularly strongly about it. I really dislike 6 though. I've never been able to get into it. Mostly because I don't like the level design. Like there's lots of sections where you just get stopped. And I know that's happening right now, but it feels more natural here. I'll have to explain my feelings about Metal Slug 6 sometime. Oh yeah, poor Metal Slug 4. They had an unenviable task. They tried, I guess. Although honestly, I actually have a big soft spot for 5. I really like 5. Obviously it's got its own problems, mostly the fact that it wasn't finished. But it's it has a certain feel to it that other Metal Slug games don't. I think if they'd put sliding on another button instead of down and jump, they would have been onto something. So yeah, a lot of this section is just not rushing, taking it nice and slow. Now there is a hidden hostage in that alcove there. I've never been able to get him. Because... no. I think what you have to do is... You have to keep one of the soldiers alive so you have time to shoot it. And this is definitely where one credit runs go to die. You're constantly under attack by these helicopters. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. First death. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me mashing. Well, you have to watch out here for soldiers because they keep coming and they will fire at you. Like so. So you just need to keep at it and get the red one. There we go, okay. Okay, we can rest for a second. Yep, this is where the train appears. Yeah, it takes until this stage to get the laser. So, X does start giving you stuff. I heard someone say once that you cannot repel the train with merely your pistol. I'm just putting that out there, I'm just putting that out. I was waiting for someone to make that joke to the opponent. It was only a matter of time. It's just a shame we're not playing Metal Slug X. But you know, Metal Slug X is bound to come up, it's fine. Okay, now there is a bit coming up where I actually had to practice with save states to get it right. We'll see if that practice has paid off. That is one of the nice things about this port. You do get save states wherever you want. Okay, coming up shortly. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Whoa. You need to jump over that tank immediately and take out all of the soldiers. Oh no, I missed one. Because he drops fireworks. That's why the firework guy is the worst. I thought I took him out. Clearly I was mistaken. That's fine, we can keep going. We still have plenty of credits in case we do need to continue, which we probably will. That's fine. I was hoping to get that done without dying. Oh well. Honestly, I think the next section is actually like easier. That is unfortunate about the arcade archives. I definitely found that a problem with NARM 1975. Goodness, I wonder where I might have made a save state in NARM 1975. We'll never know. Don't ask me how I learned to button mash, I just did. It's probably on a Metal Slug cabin actually, now that I think about it. I use my index and my ring finger. The middle finger never gets involved. I will only reveal my secrets if you send a check. Alright, we're just gonna bomb this one. Oh no. I'm not getting defeated by the train. Fuck. No, 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 no! Yes! Easy game. Unfortunately, the train was too far away, so we didn't get the laser. But that's fine. We don't need it. We just gotta deal with some mutants in the sewer. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oof. This seems fine. Okay, I am waiting for a specific animation here. Yes. It's time for a sandwich in the sewer. Gross. Okay, let's go. So these little pulley things have items. And they are very helpful. Because now we're fighting mutants. Where did they come from? What are they? Don't know. Never explained. It's fine, don't worry about it. Their behaviour is very similar to an enemy that shows up in Metal Slug 3, the little crab, the red crab enemies in the mothership. But these guys, well, they didn't get reused in Metal Slug 3. They did get reused in Metal Slug 4. They show up as a vehicle. You know what? You'll just have to play the game to find out how that works. No. These guys have some really grisly death animations. I think they even show up red, even if the blood is set to off. It's just incredibly gross. You see guts and everything. It's grim. Oof. Okay, didn't like that. Obviously, if they explode on you, you die. That's. I'm really sorry for all the gamer exertion noises I'm making this stream. Okay, gosh. I need this tank. But please let me have the tank. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, right, good. This is the area in X where you get the Slugnoid instead, which is a bit more well suited to this task. But you know, we gotta make do with what we've got. We also get the armor piercer shells again, we'll take those. I'm waiting for maybe he doesn't drop it. There might be a place where they drop grenades, which will be very helpful. But no, I think this guy just gives us the very rarely seen normal shell. Oh, interesting. That kind of sounds like how you can, in the original Metal Slug, there's certain points where if you lose a tank beforehand, you can get another one. So if you're running low on health, you can just ditch your tank and get an extra one. But I didn't know you could get 2 to appear at once. Interesting. I believe the in-canon explanation for this boss is it's made with technology from the Mars people. We'll be seeing the Mars people very shortly. Now I just kind of want this boss fight to be over. I've already taken too much damage. Didn't mean to do that. It was eating the inputs. Yeah, that's what we'll blame it on. We will have to improvise. Yes, It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we got 3 credits left. Oh god, I was so close. Okay, so the problem there is the Metal Slug attack, which sends your slug off to die, is both the fire and jump buttons. It's very easy to do it by mistake.
Mission complete.
As I was saying, the canon explanation is that that submarine uses the Mars people's technology because it's using plasma weapons and stuff. You'll actually see some being built in the next area if we can get that far. Okay, right. No. Okay. That's the big problem out the way. Nope. Once you get rid of those fireworks guys, you're pretty much set. You just need to time it right. Go in. The problem with the fireworks is you can't destroy them very easily. If you shoot them, they just go up higher. Again, mastery of grenades is important. Helps you get those arcs. Yeah, this last gauntlet is pretty rough. It's that first screen that I find the most difficult, honestly. Okay. Ooh. Getting rid of the sandbags does make this a bit easier. You can take a lot of bullets though. Oh, and there's a hidden hostage there. He's got some grenades for us. This is where the Neo Geo chokes on its own guts. The rotating bridge. It really hates this. It doesn't like it. It does not like what it's being forced to do. I find the best way is to just rush it, because you get past the fireworks guys. There's just the rolling bomb to worry about. I say as I die. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'll take that. It is a cool effect though, I have to say. Yes, in Metal Slug X there's a secret there. Not this time. Okay. It's our buddy, Sergeant Allen. This is basically the same fight as one in the original Metal Slug. The difference is that he's got little soldiers helping it out. Basically, you never want him to be above you, because if he does, he'll start firing bullets at you, or throwing grenades at you even worse. And those grenades are incredibly fast, way faster than yours. What you can usually do in the first Metal Slug, and I think it works here, is throw grenades at him and it scares him off a little. Okay. He's been eaten well. He definitely won't be coming back ever.
Heavy machine gun.
This gauntlet is also pretty scary. The worst soldier is that rifle guy who shows up, because if you happen to stand there, he'll just smack you with the butt of his rifle and kill you in like a split second. It's the worst. That guy below is also trying to shoot you. There we go, okay. Okay, we're in good shape. Let's take this from a safe distance. Wait for that mortar fire. Just this. Excellent. Okay. The final non-boss section of the game. And you can see the boss we fought in the last mission, they're being made here. There's your deep lore for you. You do have to catch up with this guy, otherwise he'll just walk away. I will admit, I never knew that that was the same boss. What the hell is that? What's going on here? Aliens! No! That can't be right. This is the introduction of SVC Chaos SNK vs Capcom Superstar Mars people. We've seen plenty of those Mars people. There they are. There's my friends. The Mars people fill the screen with very slow bullets. Later ones fill the screen with very fast bullets. They are deeply unpleasant fellows. And yes, they are. The name is Mars people. That's how it's spelt every time it's seen. You want to blow up these cubes that they're in because you get a weapon. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Yes, that is the correct plural. Thank you. I'm glad that we could establish that grammar fact. Okay, 2 credits left. I think we can do this. I am slightly rusty. Like I said, first 4 stages, got them down easy. That's like just doing it from memory. These stages are a little less easy. And yes, their death animation is amazing. It's the best. No, we don't want to pick that up yet because if you already have a weapon, you get less ammo if you pick it up again. So if you pick up a machine gun, a heavy machine gun, before you've run out of your original machine gun, you only get 150 extra bullets. What are we doing here? That's right. We are rescuing a friend. It's Hyakutaro! He's come to help, so. He's a good egg. Now, the Mars people that slowly float down give off a bullet as they descend, so you don't want to be anywhere near them. And a lot of these hostages are just giving us poop for some reason. Never explained. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Now the brown Mars people shoot much faster bullets. Significantly more dangerous. Fortunately, our buddy can deal with him. I promise you I'm doing my best to keep up with chat. I have missed a couple of things. You know what, we'll hang on to this laser for a minute. I think the shotgun might be my favourite weapon in the series. It's very satisfying. There's more poop. Who's going to let Hyakutaro help us out here? A good man to have around in a crisis. Yeah. Oof. That was risky. Okay. Whoop. Nope. A lot of gamer noises being made in this stream. Can't be helped. Now what we want to do is we want to try and keep as many bombs as we possibly can. That will be very helpful. I do have to use a few here, but that's worth it. mate, he's up there. No, you're just gonna... Katara, my dude, my man, he's... No? Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, we want to try and keep as many bombs as you can for the final battle, because they will be very, very useful there. No. Take out the brown guy. Oh, the Neo Geo is in pain. It's okay, it's alive. Get in there very slowly, just chipping away at it. This is the final battle. Again, when they're coming in like that, you don't want to be anywhere near them. I would love to get that hostage, but that is not happening right now. Weirdly, these Brian Mars people only fire slow bullets, which is weird. Oh, I've made a huge mistake. We have to sacrifice a couple of bombs for this. Oh. We're fine, we're living. I see the problem. Okay, right, woof, we're done. Yes, that doesn't surprise me. You want to keep as many bombs as possible. There's that laugh. Uh-oh. A last-minute plot twist. I really prefer the colour palette here. Yeah, that corridor is scary. And then the first image of Donald Devil Rebirth Morden in his underwear. Not the first and not the last. Here's the penultimate final boss. This is what we save the bombs for. So we can get rid of these. Ooh, that's very handy. Oh no. We're fine. Got it. Okay. Yeah, you want to keep those bombs so you can get rid of these UFOs as quickly as possible. Some of the ones that spawn out of here take 3 grenades, but that's fine. Okay. Yes. You can also just stand underneath with the leg. No, you cannot. No, you can't. That's what I get for improvising. This is of course very similar to the final battle in the original Metal Slug. You've got like an open space and some platforms to the left. Why they drop pigs is unknown. Okay, phew. Oh, those black UFOs are terrible. The worst. I hate when they show up. And they're all going to show up right now. Okay. Whoa. If I beat this boss without dying, I'm going to be mad. So this is the Mars people's mothership. I notice in the background that Morden's troops are fighting the aliens, which means they're on our side. The biggest threat on this battle is the hitbox of these lasers, because they are massive. Okay, no, not getting out of that one. Okay, that's fine. can live with that. Our objective is to do as much damage as possible until help arrives. We take those. Yeah, look how much damage these UFOs take. It's ridiculous.
Heavy machine gun.
And here comes the cavalry. Once you do enough damage to the mothership, they drop off a Metal Slug for you, and this fight becomes a lot easier because you can just hit them with the cannon. Of course, you've only got so many cannon shells to play with, but it still gives you a much better chance of survival. And now we wait. But yeah, this is such a cool moment. The guys you've been fighting this whole time join to fight alongside you. And this music is from the original Metal Slug. It's the final attack, which appears in every Neo Geo game except 4. They bring it back for 5. Now we just gotta keep shooting it until it dies. Yay, we did it! Okay. Ooh. Independence Day was a movie released in the 1990s. That's what this bit is. Thank you. Thanks everyone. That's actually, I think that's the least amount of credits it's taken me to beat this game ever. Finally, I perform when it's on screen. There was something I wanted to check somewhere deep in the chat. There was a long message I missed. $3 million points too, that's not bad. And here's the classic comedy ending. He's fine. He'll be fine, don't worry about it. Woof. Okay. Thanks everyone.
Mission complete.
Two continues. 50 recaptured prisoners. we will see how far I get when we overclock this machine. So here are the credits. There's not much to them. It's just this kind of 3D effect. If I remember right, by this point Nazca was sort of being absorbed into SNK, so there's a lot of Nazca staff there. You know, people who would have worked on In the Hunt, Undercover Cops, the IREM Skins game, and of course Neo Turf Masters in the original Metal Slug. But I forgot to fully look it up before the stream. I'm an excellent streamer, I'm very good at this. Yeah, Metal Slug X has art, I think it's like concept art from the original Metal Slug, not actually Metal Slug X. The future is now. Maybe the future was now all that time. And here's the memory card support. If you click yes, the next time we play, we can just start from Oh no, the credits in a debug stage, that sounds especially cursed. So what we're gonna do now is first we're gonna return to the main menu. Yes. I would like to save this data, thank you very much. Now, I'm going to have to leave you with the hot jams for a couple of minutes. I just need to have a quick break. And then we're going to do exactly what we just did, but with overclock. So I will see you in a couple of minutes. I need to fix my break time card, break time slide on this or whatever, because it doesn't have the source for the music. We'll fix it in post. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so like I said, this PS3 version has a very special setting. Neo Geo CPU Clock Up reduces slowdowns during game. Yeah, okay, yes. Space Idol Sarah was waiting. That's fine. So this doesn't remove all the slowdown. It just removes a lot of it. So this blog post here, explains has a technical explanation for why Metal Slug 2 acts the way it does. It seems to be like a programming oversight where when it means to skip one frame, it skips two by mistake. that's there. And someone did make a hack called Metal Slug 2 Turbo, which let me just check I actually set it. Don't trust myself. Yeah, okay. Metal Slug 2 Turbo, which changes it to be more closely to what it probably should be. Oh, that's cool about the Dreamcast port of Twinkle Star Sprites. As you can see already, it's already made a dramatic difference to the title screen. As you can see, this is almost like a completely different game now. Okay. Obviously, there's still some slowdown, but not as much as there was. Change the difficulty to MVS again. Language to English. This is what happens when you decide to load data. It gives you a mission select. We're going to start from the beginning. Since we played as Theo last time, it's time for the Memphis Bombshell to make her appearance. Okay, let's go. This is significantly less guaranteed. Oh god, this is so fast. I'm not used to this. At least we got the cat. This is like playing in double speed. It's really disorientating. Will we make it to the end? It is a mystery, viewer. You'll have to watch the stream to find out. Anyway, there's the baby. Go on a little adventure. Bless you. I made the mistake of not preparing commentary for this second run. I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, all the muscle memory is gone. I don't know what I'm doing. Again, we're just gonna leave Shakatara to play with those pots. This is unnerving. I have to relearn everything. Yes, there is a patch. Unfortunately, some unscrupulous people started making real boards of it and selling it. Which, you know, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But no, there is a patch. I think the opponent in the chat mentioned there should be like a patch for X that undoes the gameplay changes, like the enemy placements and that to be more like 2 but without the slowdown. That would be interesting. Ooh. Oh, this is so weird. The slowdown is more on the level of the first Metal Slug. It's just so odd.
Mission complete. Mission 2. Start.
This is kind of part of the reason why there is no Game in Hell review of Metal Slug 2 yet. It's the slowdown would have to come up, and I'm not sure how to approach it in a proper way. Oh, whoops, never mind. We don't need them. Don't need them. I think what I forgot to point out the first time is if you wait for these miners, they'll dig stuff up for you, like this frog. Thank you. And this jewel. There's very clearly a no mummy sign. There's a hostage up there. I think I missed that one. You know what, we'll save him. Yeah, we'll do the right thing this time.
Thank you. Heavy machine gun.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential 30,000 point fuels on this stage, which can just dramatically increase your score. Yeah, all these mummies, they're breaking the law. Can't believe it. I've never actually been able to get that flame shot that appears behind the mummy shack. It just always disappears too quickly. Do you like the mummy sound, chat? How do you feel about the mummy score?
Thank you. Shotgun.
You know what? Let's show off the mummy transformation. There's a potion, and another one will appear, I'm sure. Hopefully. Yeah, this is what happens when you become a mummy. You can't really do much. Gonna miss out on the weapon, but that's fine. You can only use your standard pistol, and you throw bombs like that, very slowly. And there's a random chance you won't throw a grenade, but you'll throw your head instead. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm certain that that the Arabic in the back of the first stage is actually readable. Somebody translated it, but I could not tell you what it means. Anyway, we're back here again. Fortunately, the overclocked the overclocking won't affect the jumps mostly. See, we only got 100 points for that duel this time.
Thank you.
Also, Eri and Theo have, well, no, all the characters have different crouch attack animations in this particular section. Marco and Tami use their boxing gloves. Do we bother with the genie? I suppose we should. Ooh. One. It's a lot harder to get all of them. What you have to do is you have to count 6 spouts of smoke from the lamp. And on the 6th one, the genie appears. Whoop. Oh, phew, okay. Whoop. There's the rarely seen rose item, which is worth 100 points if you grab it when it's still fresh. It hardly seems worth it, because it's incredibly difficult to actually get it fresh. Especially in the first Metal Slug, it only appears in the Snow White stage. There we are, 30,000. Oh, and there's the gold bat. You can shoot it if you want. If you grab it, it's worth 30,000 points. Again, a lot of randomized items. I'm not making this jump, am I? Randomized point values for some of these items. They kind of tone that down a lot in the later games. I seem to remember they toned down opportunities to milk soldiers for points as well. I get the feeling there's some bits in Metal Slug 3 where enemies keep spawning but they're not worth any points after a certain... oh. There's this big laser attack, we didn't see that last time.
Rocket launcher.
Okay, we'll take that. Sadly, no, bootleg Jafar is not in this one, Kak. I know you were hoping he'd be in there, but no.
Mission complete. Mission 3. Start.
And we're back here. Feels like only yesterday we were here. Oh no, okay, good. If you let him walk away, the ammo box is worth nothing. Well, it's worth 1,000 points, but it's of no use to you. This section is going to be interesting without slowdown. For whatever reason, the overclock option is not in the PSP version. The PSP version of this port. Maybe it wasn't quite strong enough. Didn't have the necessary blast processing. One other nice feature of this port, in theory, is there is online play, so you can play this co-op. The downside is that it does still limit you with credits, which is a little unfortunate for a co-op game like this. Weirdly, the Sega Ages versions of the Streets of Rage games get around that problem because they just give you infinite continues. It's kind of a shame they didn't put that option in here as well, but never mind. And that's what happens when you don't jump at the right time, you just get a big fat zero. Zero, that is correct. Ooh. Oh no. Ooh. Ran at just the wrong time. Okay. Now I'm not going to do my risky jump straight into the slug flyer trick this time. I don't think I've got the time for it. We'll play it a little safe. Whoop. Downside is that grenades just fall through the floor where they're standing. That is helpful. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, please. There we go. Oh, this feels like it's playing in turbo. No, no. I'm not looking forward to this boss at max speed. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, it doesn't slow down at all for that attack. No, you just gotta hold this. You just gotta take those bullets. But hopefully you can kind of see the huge difference that this port makes. It's just so much faster. It does make it kind of difficult. I get the feeling this is about half the play time, honestly. We're just going to be done real quick with this. No. Ooh. Okay, right. Oh, we kept the plane this time. Yeah, it's such a shame these versions got delisted. Yes, because when you play the game long enough, you get a sense of when the slowdown is going to happen. But because there is slowdown, it's just not when you expect it to happen. It just really messes with you. But yeah, I highly recommend finding a way, nudge nudge, wink wink, to play these Neo Geo Station versions. They're pretty high quality ports. They may be missing a couple of features, but you know, don't expect like art galleries or anything. But and obviously you're probably not going to find any opponents for online play these days. It's nice that they exist. I just wish you can have. I just wish they'd made more of them. Having the first installments of a lot of fighting games is deeply unfortunate. Because World Heroes 1 is nice, but its sequels were way better. That's kind of a common problem with Neo Geo re-releases. You kind of have to wait for them to get to the good stuff. Not that I'm saying the original Fatal Fury is bad. What is the business between the old man and the kid? We'll never know. It is a mystery to all of us. Yeah, the little chick is helping the general effort. Okay, that's better. Sometimes that rocket spawns in a place where you can't really avoid picking it up, and I do prefer to have the machine gun here. But while we have a moment, we've got a second apiece here. Well, I thought we did. No, you guys are just going to keep on coming, aren't you? What I thought. I wanted to show off the idle animations for Big Mode. We'll see in a second, I guess. Okay. Do we do that? Yes, we... Don't they know I'm trying to put a show on here? No. Notice the terror in the streamer's voice whenever they see the firework grunt. Okay. We want to waste this ammo.
Heavy machine gun.
Yeah, just a war. Okay. The game has made its point very clear. There's no time to rest. Maybe now? You gonna let me do it now? That's what we were waiting for. It's the little animations. Oh boy, this section. I imagine it's still going to be like it. Oh no, it is going full speed. It does not care. You can hit me then. Oh, I don't like this at all. No. Yeah, it feels like it's running too fast. This is just too much. Having said that, I still haven't died yet. I'm just panicking a lot more. course you are positioned correctly, the explosions actually send your tank flying into the air. I thought they did. I thought they did.
Mission complete.
Yes. Okay, there is a very interesting kind of... it's not exactly the same thing, but I'll probably never have an excuse to talk about this again, but the Steam port of the Firefly Diary, a game that lives in infamy because it's a touchscreen based puzzle platformer that is almost impossible to control on the Vita. There was a PC version of it, and people were demanding that it run in 60 frames per second. Unfortunately, the way the original game was coded, it tied game logic to frame rate. So if you set it at 60 frames per second, all of the in-game elements would run at twice the intended speed, and they couldn't fix it. Which is really funny. Even funnier, people were asking, can't you just leave that option in? The thought of a Firefly Diary turbo mode terrifies me. I just always thought that was funny. Yes, 60 frames per second at all costs. There will be no compromise. I tell you what, I'm not looking forward to the next section at this speed. Oh, look in the background. I don't think that appeared last time. It's a UFO. It's foreshadowing. A similar UFO appears in Mission 3 of Metal Slug 1. See if you can spot it next time you play the game. There's a homework challenge for you. Oh, that would explain why DX breaks a lot of stuff. Okay, that makes sense. I actually got all the bonus stuff in Sonic Adventure DX on the GameCube. I think I had too much. Clearly, I had too much free time on my hands. I would not do it again. Probably. Let's see if we can get this right this time. Just go in and... Okay, good. That's how you're supposed to do that section. You just kill all of the soldiers that are there. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's fine, I'm not mad. Definitely not mad. Oh no, Zombie Panic in Wonderland. Oh, that game makes me very sad. The Switch version is a mess. Oh, that Switch version. Ah, deep regrets. It's a shame the Wii version is really good. It, that's probably like another stream in and of itself. I'd probably do all the versions of Zombie Panic in one day. Wouldn't that be fun? For now, we better focus on what's ahead of us. This train. Yep, button mashing still wins the day. Just barely moved fast enough, but we got the laser this time. Playing Zombie Panic in Wonderland on PC would be that'd be a good way to play that game. The Switch version has touchscreen support, but it doesn't work properly. I think like you can't press any of the other buttons or something. It's very strange. If you were ever able to play the original Wii version of the game, that's pretty good, because obviously it uses pointer controls, which is ideal for a game like that. But we're not. That's we're going a little off topic, and I can't do two things at once. Oh no! No! Oh man! I almost never died to those guys. Well, the 1cc dream is dead, but that's fine. Definitely dead. Okay, put me back in. I got further on 1 credit in this mode though. That's... Did I? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I cannot remember what happened like half an hour ago. Okay, this section is like massively scarier. I was expecting the last section to be scarier in overclocked mode, but no, this is way worse. This is much harder. How did I get stuck here? Oh, no, let me out. Let me be free. Yes, that is the streamer's curse, I suppose. I'm learning a lot about this whole streaming now. This time I won't crash the tank, hopefully. Ow. Okay. Got nearly done anyway. Oh, so am I. There we go. Woof. Oh yes, the
Mission complete.
I guess that's one of the multi-event Kunio games. There's a lot of Kunio games I haven't played. Okay, can we get through the final mission with everything sped up? Okay. Going in. Oh no, no. This is actually very scary. Do not look at me. I had not considered that the missiles would be harder to get past. Unfortunately, the mortar fire can be blocked by the missiles. Oh boy. Okay. And now we get to see the bridge. The bridge in all its non-slowed down glory. It still exhibits a bit of slowdown, but not nearly as much as when it's not doing its thing. I see it is slowing down a bit. The problem with the enemies in this section is you're never quite sure what weapon they're going to pull out. Okay, Major Allen refight. Let's go. What you can do is you can throw grenades at him and usually scares him off. Although I think that works more in the first Metal Slug round. This one. You got me. Fair and square. Oh, you still stab me. We'll take it. Yes, the US Xbox version of Metal Slug 3 lives in infamy. Actually, that section was reused for a minigame in the home console versions of Metal Slug X. Metal Slug 3, sorry. Most people in the US probably never saw it because it forces you to continue to restart the stage if you continue. Which includes Mission 5, the longest stage in video game history. God damn it. That's fine, that's fine. We still have 3 credits. I believe we can do this. I'm pretty sure this halved the game time as well. Oh, on the subject of the killer whale that we saw, the flyer has an image where there's 2 killer whales in that scene. It has never been explained. Anyway, we're back with the Mars people. Ooh, that was close. The shield guys have a sword that they'll pull out if you get too close, and it's obviously instant death. I'm not sure why I keep calling it instant death when, you know, it's one of the deaths in Metal Slug anyway. But I'm sure it did the idea. Oh, hi Sardus, I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but hi. Yeah, okay, so what's weird is the PAL version of Metal Slug 2 on Xbox does not do that. It does not make... It limits you to 9 credits, but it does not make you restart the stage. Which, you know, that's nice. It actually makes it possible to see the 2 minigames, which is a shame, because one of them is really clever. It's, what is it called? Attacking the mothership? Or attack on the mothership or something. And you get to play as a Morden soldier. One of 3 of your choice. But you have to beat the game to unlock it, so most American players have never ever seen that. I can't imagine why they put that in, why they changed it. I'd say it couldn't even be to deter game rentals, because were rentals even happening back then? You know, they were definitely not as big a deal as they used to be by that point, surely. It is a mystery. Okay, you just take him out, Yakuto. We can make here. Oh no. The PS2 version had the minigames as well, but it's just Xbox players probably wouldn't get them. And did the PS2 version come out in America? Because I seem to remember a lot of SNK ports were only getting released on Xbox at that point. I think Neo Wave was one of them, but a bunch of them came out in Europe. Although not all. No, wait. No, I'm getting it all mixed up. Okay, so a lot of them came out on PS2 in Europe. Not all of them came out on Xbox in Europe. Metal Slug 5 was never released on European Xbox, for instance. I don't think Neo Wave did either. That was a strange time to be an SNK fan. Okay, no, that's fine. Yes, because they did the 2-in-1. Which weapon did they do? Okay. They did the KOF double pack and they did a Metal Slug 4 and 5 double pack, but I think that was Xbox only. Oh no. Oh, yeah, yes, it came out region 3 on the Xbox in the US. Neo Wave didn't come out on the Xbox over here. The Ignition Entertainment era of SNK games is weird. It's difficult to keep track of. Now, you remember all that slowdown that we had? Don't you miss it? I sure miss it in this section. Oh dear. Oh, this is getting dicey. Oh no, don't tell me I've only got 1 credit left. Oh boy, oh, this is rough. We might not make it to the end of this. I've still got hope. I still believe. Yeah, okay. We still got a chance. That's weird. I thought they were supposed to fire off blue shots. Sprite limit, but no lag. Yep, it is indeed a disturbing universe. Yes, okay, that's what I thought. Xbox, US only got the Xbox Metal Slug 2, Metal Slug 3. There's too many Metal Slugs. Please eliminate 3. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a photo finish. That's like the one downside of this version. You only get 5 credits, which I get it. I understand. It's just makes it more of a difficult proposition for playing online multiplayer, especially. Oh, no we're not. No we're not. Immediately in bad shape. Okay. How many bombs does this guy take? And we're back here again. Oh, these lasers are very, very scary now. At least these guys are taking bullets for me. Yes, okay, last credit. Let's go.
Heavy machine gun.
No. There's that backup. Help. Hey, there we go. Yeah, the soldiers do pull their weight in this section, I would say. You can also stand on the shield soldiers if they show up, and then they aim upwards. They will start firing aim up at the thing, and you can stand on their shields, which is helpful. Okay, whoa. Ow. Again, Independence Day was a film released in 1994. Was it 94? Yes, it had to be 94. Yeah, that was, if you're gonna cut it close, but we did it. With one life to spare. That's, I'm okay with that, I can live with that. We were the Metal Slug 2, you're right. Woof, there we go. And we get to see the credits again. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't notice that. I had the volume pretty low, so I didn't. The jingle doesn't finish. That's funny. That's good. Yeah, Mission All Over was added when they got the new announcer for X. Need to rest. We just need to take in the credits. While we're waiting, other streamers in the chat, how do you stop your legs from going to sleep while you're streaming? Asking for a friend. That friend is me. I mean, technically I'm your friend. We're associates, contemporaries. You can also skip this credits sequence if you want. But there we are, the future is now. I'm glad we've learned that. Sadly, Metal Slug 2 is missing something important. In the original game, in the first game, you get the text "Peace Forever" at the bottom, and it doesn't show up here. There's the other downside of this version. It does not save your high scores unless you make a save state, which is an odd omission, but an omission nonetheless. So we're going to return to main menu. We're going to save a replay, because why not? So yeah, that is Neo Geo Station number 15, Metal Slug 2. As mentioned, you can't get this anymore legally, but if you have any interest in sort of early Neo Geo stuff, and some slightly later stuff as well, the Shock Troopers is also in this set, seek it out. It's honestly worth it. They're pretty solid ports. Of course, done by Emulation Wizards M2. And it's just a shame they never got to do more of them. Yes, I'm sure you can find a PlayStation 3 warehouse. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Now, oh dear, I'm all tied up in wires. Ooh. Sega Ages on Switch, the best kept secret in video games. By Herzog's Vi. Not sponsored. Okay, well, thanks for showing up, everyone. This was fun. I am always up for playing Metal Slug at, like, any opportunity. I will play any Metal Slug within reason. For any reason, at any time. Unfortunately, if you're looking forward to more Metal Slug next week, nope. I've had the shipment order for my Taito Egret 2 Mini, which means that this stream is pivoting exclusively to Taito games. This is part of the reason I started streaming. I wanted to get used to the concept of speaking at the internet and recording. So, the big project is to play through every single game on the Taito Egret 2 Mini. All of them. Okay, let me take that back. I will play all of them. I'm not going to get through all of them. Kadash may be difficult for certain reasons. I probably can't do Bobble Bobble. And I'm not good at shoot 'em ups, so Tatsujin is out. But I'm going to play through as many of them as I possibly can and offer notes and weird stuff and history because I love Taito games. I am thinking of what to do. I may do 2 streams a week so that it's not all Taito because you'll probably get sick of it. Yes, they have said that they do want to do extra SD cards with more games. I filled out that questionnaire. I put Zookeeper, Time Gal, Cleopatra Fortune, and Lancy Air Squad on there. And, probably more. Oh yes, we'll show off the character select cheat, don't you worry. We'll see. But the focus is going to be on a lot of Taito stuff. A lot of Taito nonsense is coming your way. Please look forward to it. For now, we should probably go to the stream end screen. Our mascot is sleeping now. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to raid Dino again because I don't follow enough streamers. I need to figure out that part of the problem is this is the only time that I can really stream, and either people aren't streaming or people are, so Dino will never get to see one of these streams. I'm sure he'll live. I'm sure he'll be fine. So be nice to Mr. Dino, please. And I will see you next week, probably with Taito nonsense. I believe he's playing Shadowrun. The SNES version, probably, knowing him. So yeah, we're gonna do that. There we go. Okay, bye everyone.